it was just dope, man. And I actually stayed, and wanted to watch some of the behind the scenes, stuff of this episode. And they were just talking about how much time and effort went into making sure that the clickers were on point, making sure that they were right. And, and then they said there were some actors who took interest who actually was familiar with the video game. So they, were able to mimic the movements and stuff like that during their audition, which I swear that sounds like one crazy audition just to, hey, and act like a clicker. It had to be a crazy audition. Hey, what's up? What it do, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and I am hyped. I know I'm a day late, dollar short, but better late than never. Talking about the latest episode of The Last of Us, and damn it, man, this is making me so proud to be a fan of the video game. Like this HBO Max got this right. I'm glad the co-president is so attached to the project and making sure everything just looks right. Let's get into it, man. One thing I do enjoy how each episode you get like this, almost like this, these small scenes before the opening sequence even starts. We saw the professors talking about the potential spread of this deadly virus that took place in 1968. This particular episode takes place, the opening scene I'm talking about takes place in 2003, and the military actually interrupts this woman's lunch, and everyone thinks she's being arrested, when all actuality they really just is trying to get answers from her just to see if she knows anything to help out. She then proceeds to examine this dead body, and she discovers this virus, especially after this wild behavior that the one of the soldiers is explaining to the woman. And so it's just an interesting take, because we definitely see, I wonder if they're going to keep doing these interesting opening scenes just to kind of give you a heads up of how different areas and these different years actually handled this virus, and it was so, just chilling how, the after she examines the body and she sees all this wild, just see all this eerie, scary stuff going on, and this, whatever type of fungus or, wild organism she found inside this human body, the soldier asks her, hey, is there a vaccine? Is there medicine for this? What can we do to solve it? That's why we brought you in. And she just has that sad moment of just like, there's no medicine, there's no vaccine. My solution is that, you bomb this city. Give me some, I would like to take this time to spend with my family. And that's what we need to do, is bomb the city. So I just love these different, short scenes that are occurring, before each episode so far. So I hope they continue that. I would love to see them continue just to have these interesting openings. And in terms of the actual episode, we definitely go back to the three, Joel, Tess, and Ellie, and just the production design and the location is just a spitting image of the actual video game. And I know I said the last episode, but the storyline was so good in both of the Last of Us video games that it's like, it was like playing a movie. So to see this come to life, and of course it's a series, not a movie, it's still just amazing. And damn it, man. Of course, the biggest thing I think that took the cake this episode was to see them perfectly execute the clickers. The clickers, it once again, the video game came to life. These guys are really showing you all the showing these other, creatives out there the blueprint on how to, properly make a video game adaptation into a movie or a show. Because damn it, man, it was just dope, man. And I actually stayed, and wanted to watch some of the behind the scenes, stuff of this episode. And they were just talking about how much time and effort went into making sure that the clickers were on point, making sure that they were right. And, and then they said there were some actors who took interest, who actually was familiar with the video game. So they, were able to mimic the movements and stuff like that during their audition, which I swear that sounds like one crazy audition just to, and act like a clicker. It had to be a crazy audition. But one of the big, another big take from this episode, unfortunately, we see that we lose Tess, which, if you're familiar with the video game, then you kind of know where the story goes and stuff like that. And another big change, which is kind of drastic, but it still makes the show just as smooth, is that they was talking about how the disease spreads. Like in a video game, they're talking about how spores can infect you, and that's how in certain areas they're walking around in like face masks and stuff like that, so they won't breathe in the infection or whatever. They said that was kind of hard to repeat throughout the whole series. So they had this other thing where it's like, which I thought was cool, when it was talking about how I think the director described it kind of like the wood wide web. It's like certain like vines or something, like if it's affected, then it could literally wake up, zombies or the dead or the infected from like miles away to start running in the area. And we see that as an example. I think one of the clickers died, if I'm not mistaken. And then before you know it, we just see like a whole army of like the infected just get up and start running towards the building that they were in. And that's when we see Tess, do the heroic thing, wants Joel and Ellie to keep going while she tries to distract the infected. And she does a great job of that, of course, giving up her life. And you even see the little strands coming from the one of the monster's mouth as it goes into Tess's mouth. But and that's another thing as well. Clearly Joel isn't out here to try to necessarily be the hero. I like Joel's character, especially the great job that Pedro Pascal is doing, because he's not trying to be a hero necessarily. He is portraying Joel as that guy who just wants to survive. That's it. Like if you remember, there's even one part where he was trying to talk Tess into killing Ellie. Like, I think this is BS, whatever mission we on. We need to just kill her and try to come up with another plan. So I think that's how more people would be, as opposed to just trying to do this whole what's right, what's wrong morality thing. I think most people will be like, I'm just trying to survive. You can judge me all you want, but I'm trying to live to see another day. And that's the type of time that Joel is on, in the video game and in this HBO Max series as we see. Even though it seems like him and Tess had like an intimate relationship, even with that, like instead of giving like some sad, heartfelt goodbye or I'll never forget you moment, he just gives her like that long stare, like, damn it, I hate to do it, but damn, we gotta go. So it is what it is. And so I think that's the way that the show is being portrayed on HBO. If you played the video game, the decision that Joel makes once he reaches his destination with Ellie. But it seems like I'm trying to see how they portray that scene. To the point where like, okay, this is where his morality comes into play, or whatever the case is. So I really want to see how that goes. And I'm just excited for this show. I'm just one big proud fan. The way the set production was on point. The clickers was on point. And yeah, this whole new way where they have kind of like how these monsters are like communicating with each other without words. That's pretty cool to see. And I'm here for it, man. I can't wait for next week's episode. It can't get here fast enough, folks. So, love it or hate it, man. Those are just my opinions. Peace.